Okay, so we are going to be writing the incident reports that we had talked about before. So what we're going to do is I am going to pull up my website so I can show you the example that Mrs. Bangma gave you because we're going to follow that same format. Unfortunately, I cannot get my Microsoft Word to work from home, so we are going to do it in the Google again. So I do want to show you. So remember, you have the same. You're going to write the incident offense form, report date. You're going to give it to a random number, and then you're going to follow the same thing. So we're not going to double space. We're going to indent for paragraphs, and then we're going to make a space in between paragraphs. So at the end, then you'll have your name. Remember, you're just going to give your name. You can give yourself deputy sergeant, captain, not supreme leader, but a normal name. And then supervisor ID will be either myself or Mrs. Bangma. Okay, you can choose which teacher you want for that. Okay, but your name will be there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to create a new document then on the Google. So I'm going to create my document. Again, just go to that big gray button, document, nothing that we haven't done before. We are going to title it number 8 underscore or your last name. So I'm going to be Rose, and now I have incident report. Okay, so all I'm going to do is insert a table. My first one's going to be 3. So if I follow this example, I've got to find it, got 20 tabs open. So incident offense form, report date, and then the number. Okay, so I'm going to bold that incident report form. The report date, and bold that again, and then it's going to be number. Okay. Now, if I pushed tab, I would get a whole nother row, and I don't want that. So I'm going to edit, undo, Control Z, and I'm going to go here, unbold that, and I'm going to give it a number. Okay, so this is FLOO, like 8,000. Again, this happened in Florida, so that's why it's the FL. So I'm going to give it MI 007 because that's James Bond, and he's pretty awesome. Okay, so again, the date, I'm going to decide that it is May 12th. Okay, 12th. Oh, May 13th. Maybe it's like Friday the 13th. That'd be awesome. Okay, 2015. And the number is going to be, again, 007, 007, because James Bond is pretty awesome. Okay, now I don't have a table down here, and that's perfectly fine. So this is where I'm actually going to, it said narrative, and this is where I'm actually going to tell what happened. So again, you're going to follow the same format. So you're going to give me the time and the date that you actually went there and where you went to. It does not have to be real. I don't care if it's 1212 Disney Lane, Orlando, Florida. It does have to be school appropriate, and that means everything needs to be school appropriate. Remember what Mrs. Bangma said, no blood, no gore, no vulgarity. If Mrs. Chilcote has any questions, she knows that she can go and ask Mrs. Bangma, or you can go ask Mrs. Bangma, but you are going to put what happened. So here's what happened. Again, I'm putting a space in between paragraphs, but I'm not spacing in between my lines. In between my lines, that's single spaced. And at the very end, then I will put my table again, and if you look at the very end there, the table is 2 columns and 2 rows. So I'm going to go and insert my table for 2 columns and 2 rows, and that is where I'm going to put off. Oops. I'm going to actually highlight both of those, and if I put Control B and bold them, right here, I can bold them all at once. So here I'm going to put it was officer name slash number, and then I believe it was supervising officer, reviewing supervisor. So I was wrong. Reviewing supervisor. Don't know what I just did. Reviewing supervisor. Okay. And I'm going to be captain. Captain Rose. And you can be whatever you want to be. Okay, and that is all we're going to do for that for right now. Again, we were going to do it in Microsoft Word, so if you want to figure out how to do it in Microsoft Word and insert tables, it's not very hard. It's just as easy in Google Drive, but I could just show you my screen in Google Drive. So we will do the next report in Microsoft Word. So have a good day, behave, and be on task.